it was like, I mean, he didn't say cliffside, but like, was it a dangerous slope?
So it's on the slope of the mountain. I would wager that these individuals...
Would I go sledding down said slope?
Oh, probably very much so.
Okay. No, just questions, you know what I mean? I want to know. Maybe they fell off. I mean, this takes that image out of my head, right? It's a steep slope and they fell off a cliffside or something.
They're not burrowing carabiners into the rock to like ground themselves. Yeah, I mean, like part of me wants to say if they're the most certified you can be in Soviet Russia, that they kind of waited out. They said, okay, listen, we could head back a mile to be a little bit on safer ground, or we can like pin down right here, put up the tents and call it a night. And so I want to say that like they assessed the situation and it felt okay for them, not steep enough for them to not stay. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But, you know, maybe that was the downfall. Maybe that's what's it. So to recap really quickly on what we know so far, weather drove them off their planned course. That's how they ended up on this slope. And instead of heading back that mile towards maybe safer ground or towards the tree line, this is where they decided to set up tent, set up shop, and call it a night. And then this is where they were found. This is where their tents were found.
Interesting. All right, let's keep going. I don't like this. This is...
So, the investigation. Mikhail Sherevin, the one who found the tent, had said, quote, "The tent was half torn down and covered with snow. It was empty, and all of the group's belongings and shoes had been left behind." Now, to me, that is extraordinarily worrisome and it just raises 1,000 questions for experienced hikers and skiers to leave everything behind, cut open their tent, and flee what would have been in the dead of night, right? Because this is where they set up at night, per their journals, and this is where everything was found.
They left their clothes. I mean, you know, maybe they just ran out of there for some reason with a minimal amount of clothing, but their shoes. I don't think they're bringing a ton of pairs of shoes.
You gotta be scared to ditch your only pair of shoes or boots or whatever in the midst of the winter in the mountains of Russia. Yeah, something spooked them to send them like flying out like that.
Or you know, government came in and was like, "You gotta go. Let's go. Get moving now. No time to don't put on those shoes.
No time to waste." Dang. All right. Well, obviously, the state of the campsite puzzled the search party, and the tent had been apparently cut from inside. So someone had sliced out of the tent rather than going through the front or anything, and 8 or 9 sets of footprints had been found leading away from the campsite, which is very hard to determine all those different pairs of footprints, but all individuals, more or less, are accounted for essentially departing the campsite. Some of the prints indicated that people were barefoot, some indicated that they were wearing socks. Apparently somebody was wearing a single shoe, but everyone was in various states of undress. And there was no sign that any other person had entered the camp or had been present in that immediate area. Those prints led, here's a little flag here, almost a mile or a kilometer and a half for those of you who aren't American, northeast to the edge of some nearby woods. Now, I want to pin this because, remember, earlier they were trying to make the decision, do we stay on this slope or do we go back a mile to the tree line? And so when they fled a mile to the tree line, it seems to indicate that they were, okay, we need to get out of where we are presently, whether it's immediate